It's late at night, you're scrolling through your phone. Everywhere you look, people are showing off cars, vacations, watches, designer bags, and you can't help but feel that little voice creep in. If I ever start making real money, people are going to expect me to show it too. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The fastest way to lose wealth is to spend it proving you have it. Most of the people flashing success aren't nearly as successful as they want you to believe. They're stretched thin, drowning in payments, one bad month away from collapse. The real winners? They're the quiet ones. The ones you'd never expect. The guy in line at the grocery store wearing worn-out sneakers might own 3 rental properties. The woman driving the 10-year-old Toyota might have $500,000 quietly compounding in index funds. The real game is to get rich quietly, to live your life without anyone noticing, while your wealth compounds in the background. And then one day, you wake up free, while everyone else is still chasing appearances, chasing likes, and chasing payments they can't afford. That's what this is about. How to get rich without anybody noticing, using 5 financial tricks that are as much about psychology as they are about money. My name is Ivan, and I help people understand how to build wealth without needing a trust fund or a crystal ball to predict the stock market. If you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck and ready to actually take control of your financial future, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button if this information helps you out. Think of wealth like lifting weights. If you walk into the gym and load the bar with too much just to impress people, you'll drop it, get hurt, and probably quit. But if you train quietly, rep after rep, you build strength no one notices. And then one day, you're lifting what everyone thought was impossible. Wealth works the same way. Flash it too soon and it crumbles. Build it quietly and it compounds until it can't be ignored. So let's start with the first shift, disappearing. Here's where most people mess up. They spend all their energy proving they're making progress instead of actually making it. Hours wasted posting, scrolling, updating, flexing. Every like gives them a little dopamine hit, but it kills momentum. Here's what happens in your brain. Every time you talk about a goal, you get a small sense of reward, almost like you already did the work. That fake satisfaction makes you less likely to actually follow through. And the result? You spend years looking successful while the people who stayed quiet actually became successful. That's why disappearing is so powerful. When you stop broadcasting every plan, every idea, every move, you reclaim your focus. Think of your goals like seeds. You don't dig them up every week to show people the roots. You bury them, you water them, and you let them grow in silence. And when you do, your focus multiplies. You stop wasting energy on validation. And when you finally come back, your results speak louder than any status update ever could. Try it for just 1 week. Step away from social media. Delete the apps if you have to. Notice how much time and mental space suddenly comes back to you. That silence, that's your unfair advantage. Now let's talk about the second shift. Living below the radar, because this is where most people sabotage themselves without even realizing it. The average new car today costs almost $50,000. The moment you drive it off the lot, you lose $5,000 in value. Add insurance, taxes, repairs, and you're burning thousands every year just to look rich. And here's the irony. The people driving those cars are often broke behind the scenes. Real wealth isn't about showing it, it's about keeping it. Warren Buffett still lives in the same house he bought in 1958 for $31,000. Mark Zuckerberg drives an Acura. These people could buy 10 cars a day if they wanted to, but they don't, because they understand what most people never learn. The car isn't the wealth, the freedom is. The psychology here is massive. When you buy flashy things, you chain yourself to higher bills, higher expectations, higher pressure. You feel trapped by the image you've built, but when you buy quietly, you remove all that noise. You don't feel the weight of maintaining an image. That's why the quiet millionaire in a 10-year-old Toyota has more freedom than the guy leasing a BMW he can barely afford. One is compounding wealth, the other is compounding stress. So look at your own life. Look at your biggest recurring costs, your car, your rent, your wardrobe, your nights out. Ask yourself, am I paying for comfort or am I paying for attention? If the answer is attention, you know what to do. Because here's the reality. Every dollar you save from vanity spending is a soldier you can send to war for your future. And over years, those quiet soldiers compound into something so powerful that nobody can stop it. You've already seen how disappearing and living below the radar flips the script. You stop wasting energy proving yourself. You stop burning money trying to look rich. That's the foundation. But now let's go deeper, because even people who master those 2 steps often get trapped. And these traps are more psychological than financial. The third shift is protecting your goals. And this one is subtle, but it's the reason most people quit before they even begin. Here's what the science says. Negative feedback sticks in your brain twice as hard as positive feedback, which means one careless comment can erase the motivation from 10 compliments. Picture this. You tell your family you're starting a business. You're excited, motivated, ready to go. And then someone laughs. Someone says, "That's risky. Most fail. Are you sure you can handle it?" Suddenly, there's doubt where there wasn't any before, and that doubt grows. Slowly, you stall. Maybe you quit before you've even started. That's the power of letting the wrong voices inside your head. Your goals are fragile in the beginning, like seedlings. Expose them to the wrong environment, and they die before they ever grow roots. That's why you have to protect them. Share your goals only with people who can water them. Mentors, allies, people who've actually built something. To everyone else, silence. Nobody can sabotage what they don't know exists. So take one goal you're working on right now. Keep it to yourself. Write it down. Track your progress privately. You'll be shocked at how much faster it grows when it's not up for debate. Now, let's move to the fourth shift, playing the long game. Here's a name most people don't know, Ronald Read. He was a janitor and gas station attendant, never made big money, never chased clout. But when he passed, he left behind an $8 million fortune. How? Not luck, not connections. He played the long game, decades of consistent investing, nothing flashy, nothing loud, just discipline and time. And here's what most people don't want to hear. The math is simple, but the psychology is hard. If you invest $300 a month into a broad index fund, earning just 7% annually, you'll have over $370,000 in 30 years. Push that to $500 a month, and you're past $600,000. $1,000 a month, over $1 million. That's the math. But here's the psychology. Most people quit too soon. They expect quick results. When they don't see them, they stop. That's why they stay broke. But the quiet builders, they set it, they forget it, they keep going, and time rewards them. Think about this for a second. Your coworker brags about a new car lease. You quietly put that same money into an index fund. 10 years later, they've got an aging car and nothing to show for it. You've got a portfolio worth 6 figures. That's the difference between chasing appearances and compounding in silence. And here's the beauty of it. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Even $50 a month. Automate it so you don't rely on willpower, because the only thing compounding needs is time. And now we come to the fifth shift, paying the price few will pay. This is the part people don't want to hear, but it's the truth. Everyone wants wealth, but almost nobody wants to sacrifice for it. Comfort is easy, but comfort now costs freedom later. Think about weekends. The average person spends them on leisure, streaming, drinking, parties, shopping. The people who end up wealthy, they're building, learning, stacking skills, investing. They trade some short-term comfort for long-term freedom. The world is designed to keep you comfortable right now. But comfort is the enemy of compounding. The price of wealth isn't paid in money first, it's paid in hours, energy, and sacrifice that most people refuse to give. And here's what makes it harder. Most people around you will pressure you to join them, to go out, to spend, to waste. And when you say no, you'll feel that sting of being different. That's the real price of wealth. Not just the hours you put in, but the resistance you face for daring to be disciplined. But here's the payoff. Trade one weekend a month for progress. Trade 1 hour of scrolling at night for building. You don't have to give up everything, but give up enough to create momentum. Because once momentum kicks in, the sacrifices don't feel like sacrifices anymore. They feel like freedom. Now, maybe you're thinking, but inflation eats my savings. Markets crash. I can barely afford my bills as it is. And yes, inflation is real. That's why you don't keep all your money sitting idle. Keep a runway for emergencies, then put the rest into assets that beat inflation over time. And yes, markets crash, but that's why you invest on autopilot. Dollar cost averaging, putting in the same amount every month, means crashes actually help you. You buy more shares when they're cheap, and when the market recovers, you're ahead. And yes, money feels tight, but that's exactly why you cut vanity spending and redirect it. Even 50 or 100 bucks a month invested consistently adds up. The problem isn't that you can't start. The problem's waiting until you feel ready. If you wait, you lose the most powerful factor you have, time. So let's zoom out. The average path looks like this: loud lifestyle, expensive car, constant broadcasting, chasing quick wins. The result? Broke, stressed, always performing for other people. The disciplined path? Live quietly. Protect your goals. Invest automatically. Sacrifice a little now. And one day, you're free before anyone even realizes it. That's the difference. Not luck, not genius, just choices. So here's the truth. Real wealth isn't loud. It doesn't scream for attention. It moves in silence. By the time people notice, it's too late. You've already built freedom. And this isn't just about money, it's about identity. Are you the person who spends to impress or the person who stacks quietly and one day walks away free? Your move doesn't have to be dramatic. Cut one flashy expense this week, put that money into something that grows, and tell no one. True luxury isn't cars or watches. True luxury is freedom. The freedom to never have to prove anything to anyone again. If this helped, subscribe for more. But more importantly, start now, because time will pass either way.